Afternoon. Happy Monday. Let's get this thing started. Get organized here. We got ship to do. Welcome in. Glad you're here. We got orders from the weekend. 33 or maybe 30. Yeah, I think 33 total orders from Saturday and Sunday. We did ship Saturday early afternoon. So this is everything since about this time, probably about 1 o'clock Eastern time on Saturday. So the last 48 hours worth of sales. Got 33 items going out the door. Tail of the tape, we have 15 on eBay, 10 on Poshmark, 4 on Mercari, and another 4 on Amazon. So that's the last 48 hours. We're going to get all these shipped out. And if you have any questions along the way, this is a great place to ask. I've been getting, good morning, Tej. I've been getting a lot of questions on some of my videos lately. I've been doing some shipping videos and getting a lot of questions on those. So I hope some of those folks, some new followers, are popping into these live streams. And I'll do my best. This is a great place to ask those questions because I'm actually shipping. Sometimes the questions about shipping on videos are hard to respond to because people, it's easier when you're like walking through an actual item, you're packing it up, you're shipping it out. You can kind of talk through an example of it. So yeah, if you have questions, fire them away. I did link some shipping supplies, like my shopping list for shipping supplies right down below. You'll see that, or you can find it at chris@peak.com. Tej says she wants to see some Posh. All right, so 33 orders, and actually we don't have to ship all 33 because 3 of those were Amazon FBA, but I do have 1 Amazon FBM that we'll ship out. We'll start with Poshmark, 10 orders, then we'll move to eBay, 15 eBay. That was a little overzealous. Then we'll move on to Mercari where we got 4. Hip Flippin' Mama's in the house. What's up, Kelly? How are you? Thanks for popping in. Kelly Briggs is in the house. What's up? All right, let's start off with the Poshmark. I love shipping Posh. All right, first up, G4 Golf Polo. This might be the last one I have in this pattern. This pattern has sold really, really well for me this summer. It's called Botanic Garden. G4, there's the logo right there. This is a hot golf brand right now. It's actually owned by Peter Millar. Peter Millar purchased them in 2018. But pattern matters. This pattern has been by far the best-selling pattern. I have some stripy ones, some solid ones left over. I think this is the last one of these going out the door. So this sold on Poshmark for a best offer of $57. We're going to get this packed up right now. $57. And this is going out to Atlantic Beach, Florida. See, it's golf season down there. We're going to use, for all our Poshmark orders, we're going to use the free priority shipping supplies. You get these from USPS.com. I could use like my regular blue poly bags if I wanted to for the Poshmark, but why not use these free ones? These ones cost me about 6 cents a piece. This one cost me about 0 cents a piece. So we're going to use these. This is called the Tyvek envelope. We might use some padded flat rates too. I'll try to get into the nitty gritty a little bit more about the shipping since I've been getting so many questions about shipping lately. Morning. Ida Rivas is in the house. Mazda John is here. What's up? Kim's doing well. She's cooking bacon and she's working right now. And I think there's some... I think I hear the washer going too. So she's multitasking, working, cooking bacon, doing laundry. She's a machine. Thank you for asking. So this order is going to Dylan. I paid probably about, my average buy cost on all these G4s was somewhere around $27 a piece. And this one sold for $57. I've sold over 100 G4 golf polos in the last, say, 3-ish months. What's up, Big Cat Andrew in the house? If you haven't already, you can help me out. If you get some hands free, you can go ahead and tap at least one of your hands free. Go ahead and hit that like button. That helps me out. If you haven't said hello down below, that helps out too. Just drop a comment. I want to hear about your weekend of sales, by the way, too. And if you haven't followed or subscribed, now would be a good time to do that. And remember, all these live streams, they're available as a recording. So as soon as this is over here, probably take us about 45 minutes or so. As soon as this is over, you can watch the recording. And I do these every Monday. Sorry, I missed you last Monday. It was Labor Day. We were out and about. But so you can go back and watch all these recordings. If you are watching this as a recording rather than live, write ship down below in the chat so that I know that you're watching. And if you're watching live, why not just say hello? She brings home the bacon. That's right, Teach. You're funny. You're funny. Bring your questions here. This is a great place for questions. If you have a question, chances are there's probably a few other people in the chat that have that same question. So you might as well ask. Next up, we got a nice sale here. LL Bean jacket. This just took like 3 days to sell. You're not going to be able to see it. So this is an LL Bean rain jacket. It's a Gore-Tex lined rain jacket. And this is like a really high-end one. It's got all the things that you want in a rain jacket. Taped seams. It's got pit zips, storm flaps. Like, this is a really technical, really, really nice LL Bean jacket. This is not just any old LL Bean rain jacket. So this one sold for full asking price, $39, and it just took a couple of days to sell. Picked this up at a thrift store. I think I paid $8 for it and sold for $39. So pretty good sale right there. I'm going to use a padded flat rate for this one. I feel like it's just going to fit in there nicely. Sweating it out the day job. I did have a good weekend. Sales were great, and we got out and we had some fun this weekend. We got a last-minute invite to go see a music festival on Saturday down at the Brevard Music Center. So the headliner was Steep Canyon Rangers, which is a local Asheville, a pretty big local bluegrass band, Steep Canyon Rangers. We one of our favorites, and we hadn't seen them in a couple years, so it was cool to be able to go out and see them with some friends. And then yesterday we went out hiking. So this is going out to, I'm trying to multitask here, and I'm not very good at it. It's going out to Kimberly. Thank you, Kimberly. Like the YouTube video. Thanks. Find of the week, 100% linen vintage polo sport coat. Wow, that's a cool find. Let's go. Nice, Mazda John. I love that. I love it. I always put a little extra tape on these USPS free shipping supplies just because the adhesives are not so excellent. Better safe than sorry, especially the Tyvek envelopes. The adhesives on those are like useless. All right, 2 orders out the door. Don't worry, we have like 30 more, 29, 30 more. Welcome in, welcome in. Say hello. Love to hear from you. Hope things are going well. Hope you had a good weekend of sales. Hope you got out and about. It is fall here in Asheville, and I couldn't be more excited. Kim too. We just had such lovely fall weather this weekend. Next up is a bundle deal. So this is interesting. I don't get bundle deals quite like this very often. Typically, when I get bundle deals on Poshmark or eBay, the person's buying this like 2 of the same item, like 2 different colors, same brand, same size, or very similar items, right? But this time, this person came and bought a blazer. So this is a Ralph Lauren blazer. And a button just fell off of it. Well, that's interesting. Well, that just complicates things now, doesn't it? We're going to put this one aside. Oh, I can get that button back on. So that's interesting. So the button popped right off during shipping. I guess I'm glad it popped off now instead of when it showed up to the buyer, but I can just quickly put that back on. So I'll put that aside. Anyway, they got this Ralph Lauren blazer and this Polo Ralph Lauren Performance like button-up shirt. So they're going to wear them together, I'm going to guess, with that. So nice little dress outfit for them. And $55 combined for these 2 items. Get that button put back on, and we just won't be able to ship that one live, unfortunately. Nice blazer there. That's a polyester and rayon blazer, so a nice like summertime lightweight moisture wicking blazer right there. We went to a bluegrass jam bachelor party weekend at a bar near Yacht Club downtown many years ago. You're talking here in Asheville, a bar near a Yacht Club downtown. Fantastic bluegrass jam bachelor party weekend many years ago. Gotcha. That area of town has changed a lot, but the Yacht Club is still there. If that's what you're talking about, downtown Asheville, Yacht Club is still there, believe it or not. I'm just starting out. Do you sell many of those Tommy Bahama hats? No, they're not really moving. What's up, Tara? How are you? Well, there you are, catching you finally. Hey, Carolyn, how are you? Welcome aboard. Good to have you. Glad you caught me. So we'll put that order aside. We'll put that button back on. The joys of live TV. All right, we got a Grayson, another G4 Polo. This one, I've sold a lot of this pattern. It doesn't sell as well as the flowery one, but just a nice basic G4 right here. Retail on that's $120. This customer paid $53 for this one. It's a size extra large. Is that right? Yeah, it is. This is going out to Troy. Troy is in Scottsdale, Arizona. There you go. Another place where golf season's actually really just catching the groove right now as it starts to cool off in these hot places. Scottsdale's a big golf destination, from what I understand. Thank you, Troy. All these Poshmark orders are going out priority. Mazda John, we will be dropping the brand. I'm glad you asked. We'll be dropping the brand new fall light roast. So the fall light roast is dropping this Thursday. Get your orders in. I'll have some more details about that real soon. All right. Three orders out the door. I feel like we're slow motion today, or I'm slow motion. I blame you. I'm glad you're here, though. Howler Brothers, really cool pattern on this shirt right here. This is brand new with tags. This one sold for $35. It's called the Mansfield shirt. I had this one for a while. I picked this up. I want to say I picked this up back maybe in February, and somehow this short sleeve, bright colored shirt lasted all summer, and now it's selling here early September. No rhyme or reason to that one. Maybe I had it listed too high. I think it was listed at 49, and I took that offer at 35 to get it gone. See you later, Howard Brothers. Good brand. I don't know why that one took a while to sell. Thank you, Eden. This is going to Austin, Texas. Again, I'm sure it's very summery in Austin still right now. Live 15 minutes from Augusta National, which is the home of the Masters course. Just sold 3 Masters hats this weekend. Nice, Tara. That's awesome. I'm sure you find a ton of Masters stuff around there. People will pay up for that Masters stuff. Jack of the Wood, that's the place. Yep, Jack of the Wood's a great place. That's been there a long time. Actually, I haven't been to the Jack in the Wood in a good while. I like that spot. Nice little nice Irish pub vibes. Food's pretty good too. Hey, Missy Carver. That's funny. Yeah, they have live music at that place a lot. It's a cool joint. That's old school Asheville right there. All right, next up is a pair of corduroys. Here we go. You can see right there it says Polo Cords, Ralph Lauren. I pick these up if I can get them for usually like $6 or less. I pick them up at the thrift store. They sell well in the fall and the winter season. Sold for $23 on a best offer. Size 34 by 32 on these. I'm going to put these in a padded flat rate. I feel like jeans and pants fit really nicely in these. These are going out to Max. And again, this is a Poshmark order. So all orders on Poshmark are priority shipping. We'll get to eBay here in just a little bit. Just going to Max. Happy Monday, y'all. Hope you had a great weekend. Thanks for popping in. Welcome in. If you haven't hit that like button, that helps me out. If you got a free hand, go ahead and tap that like button. If you haven't followed or subscribed, why not? I do one of these lives every Monday. I ship out the weekend's orders. Right now we're shipping Saturday and Sunday orders. Basically everything that came in since 1 p.m. Saturday, because that's when I last shipped, was Saturday afternoon. So 33 total orders. We're shipping eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, and Amazon today. All the platforms. Missy Carver in the house. That's awesome. This brand hasn't been selling as well for me. It's one of the brands. It's one of the golf brands that softened up for me. Oh, never mind. This is a different one. We'll get to that one later. This one has been selling well for me. Sorry, I got those mixed up. This is a Polo Ralph Lauren Performance. This is a men's size 2XL, brand new with tags. The retail on this is $138. This sold for a best offer $57 on this. $57. Happy Monday. Football has begun. We were hiking yesterday up in some of the higher elevations. You can already see some signs that the leaves are just starting to turn a little bit. Not really good colors yet, but just starting to turn, which is cool. This is like the in-between. This is like a little, what they call like a shoulder season for our tourism here in Asheville. It slows down for a few weeks and when all the kids go back to school in late August. It's busy for Labor Day weekend, but aside from that, it's slow for a few weekends. And then like late September, the tourist season will really pick up as the leaves start changing. And then October is just like crazy town. So actually, like this past weekend and next weekend are really good weekends to come to town because it just won't be as crazy busy. It's good times for us to kind of go out and do some things that we won't want to do and go to some places that we won't want to go to once that last weekend of September rolls around and it gets really crazy around here. All right, out the door on that one. I got a few of those Polo Ralph Lauren Performance, like button-down shirts going out. Columbia t-shirt, didn't make much money on this. This sold on Poshmark for $13. I picked this up. I don't even remember. I think I paid $4 for it. Brand new with tags. Like it's got a graphic print with a fish on the back, like a big marlin it looks like. Sold for $13. I think I bought that to sell it on Amazon and I couldn't for whatever reason. I don't know what the story is. I usually don't pick those up. I think that was intended for Amazon where Columbia actually sells really good. It's going out to Javier. Thank you, Javier. This is going to Puerto Rico. Guaynabo, Puerto Rico. I don't get a lot of Puerto Rico orders, and definitely not many on Poshmark, so that's interesting. So we got a Columbia shirt going to Puerto Rico. Not much profit on that one, but made a few bucks. Easy peasy. Next up, Polo Ralph Lauren, men's size large. This one's awesome. You're probably not going to be able to see it. Maybe a little bit. It's got that triple big pony on the front. So that would be that's on the chest right there. The triple big pony. It's a long sleeve too. This sold for $79 full asking price. I paid $35 for it, and it sold for $79. Buyer pays shipping. It's on Poshmark. Poshmark charges 20% fees. So I guess after the fee right there, that would be $15, $16 in fees. That'll leave me with $63 and change. So I ended up making, let's see, I paid 35 into 63. So I made about $28 in profit on this. And I just listed this shirt 10 days ago, week and a half ago. So I haven't even paid the credit card bill for that yet. The credit card bill for this shirt and a whole lot of other shirts isn't due until it'll be October the 15th that the bill is due. So nice to make a flip with the credit card company's money, and I'll already have the profit in my bank account. The way Poshmark does payouts is once this item is delivered to the customer, they have 3 days to accept or reject the item. They can't return for does not fit, but they can return if it's item not as described or something like that. If there's a hole in it that I didn't tell them, or the size was wrong or something like that, they can return it. But otherwise, they have 3 days to accept or reject. And once they accept or reject the item, then I get paid at that point. So this shirt will ship out today. It'll go priority. It'll go out Monday. It's going to California, so they'll probably get this like Thursday, maybe Friday. So then that person will have 3 days from that point in time to accept or reject this. If they don't accept or reject it, after 3 days, Poshmark automatically releases those funds and I get paid. So love those quick flips like this. And I do like to, it's comforting knowing that that item is not coming back because the person can't return it because it doesn't fit or they don't like it. So that's pretty much like guaranteed money, basically. I asked in a comment, if you found a matching set, yellow terry shortened shirt, would you sell us? Andrew, I answered your question. I don't know. I'd have to, I think you could make arguments either way. It's tough without like seeing the item or like comping it or whatever. So I would have to like comp it out, see what the sell-through rate is, all that sort of stuff. So I can't give you a straight answer, but I don't think there's a bad answer to either way. What's up? Bethany is in the house. Welcome in. Mindy's here. Welcome. R is here. Hey, welcome in. All right, we got more Poshmark. Here's a Carhartt sale. This came in this morning, $19, and it's in a Carhartt Force Extremes. It's a men's medium, like quarter zip little pullover shirt thing. It's actually a nice little piece. Sold for $19 on Poshmark. Gonna put this in a padded flat rate too. I paid $5 for this at a thrift store. I listed this 2 weeks ago. This is going out to Danielle. Thank you, Danielle. It's going to Schuylerville, New York. Schuylerville. Appreciate y'all being here. If you have questions about like shipping and all that, this is the perfect time. I'm getting a lot of new followers, particularly over on Facebook. They're asking a lot of shipping questions, and a lot of those questions aren't really, they're so case by case, it's hard to answer. Like people ask me questions like, how do you ship? I'm like, I don't even really know how to answer that question because it depends. But if you do have questions, this is an easier place to answer those questions about shipping and whatnot because, yeah, how do I answer a question on a video? How do I ship? How do you answer that like in a text response, you know? But here we can have some dialogue about it. I can answer some more specific questions that you might have. Everything here that we've done so far is going out USPS priority because all Poshmark orders go priority. And that wraps up Poshmark. We're going to jump into eBay now. We have 15 orders going out on eBay. Then we'll do some Mercari. Then we'll do Amazon. All right, let's get into this. All right. Oops, wrong button. How's everyone doing? How's your Monday? You getting some fall-ish weather in your neck of the woods? Did I hit print on these yet? I did not hit print on these. We went to a farm yesterday. It's got some pumpkins out already. It's good apple picking season here too already. All right, so let's work this out. We'll start bottom to top. So we'll start here with Darren's order. Wait a minute, are these out of order? Did that to me again. They put these out of order for me. I don't know why they're out of order. All right, so first up, Darren got I'm going to have to be careful not to mix these up because for some reason they put these all out of order. Again, they did that to me last week. REI, men's size 2XL, like a nice fishing, hiking, like moisture wicking shirt right here. It's vented, all that stuff. Nice pattern on it too. I don't pick up all REI shirts, but this is a modern REI on a modern tag, and it's that stuff that people are looking for REI. It's like a piece of gear. Like this is something that somebody's got to go and like hike or fish in. It's vented and all that. So just like a plain cotton shirt, I probably wouldn't pick up, but this is something that people are specifically looking for. I would use the term on brand. The shirt is on brand for REI. So it's got a best offer, $17 on this shirt. I paid $5 at a thrift store. Not a huge profit item, but this also took about 3 weeks to sell. So I like picking up stuff like this. Got to like learn those little things, like what do people really look for in certain brands? Just because it's REI doesn't mean it's going to sell well. But you got to think like, what are the things about, like, what are the REI things that people specifically look out for? Same with any brand. Any brand has stuff that's more desirable and stuff that's less desirable. I do pick up some REI, but not all of it. Out the door on that one. Next order is for Wilson. What did you get, Wilson? These are all out of order. It's going to drive me crazy. Wilson got this Brooks Brothers. Somebody told me Brooks Brothers shirts don't sell on a video this weekend. Well, I sold 2 this weekend. Not crazy profit, but this is an example of a Brooks Brothers that will sell pretty well. Look at the pattern on that. It's a really modern pattern. It's not just like kind of like an old school like vertical stripe pattern that those things tend to sit. Just a really nice plaid pattern, and this is perfect for the season. I don't know if this has a logo on the chest too. The logo on the chest helps. I don't think this one has it, but that's another thing to look for, though. The golden fleece logo on the chest. But really, really nice pattern. This is a no-brainer pickup for me at $4 or $5 because I know that it's going to sell fairly quickly, even in that size medium, which isn't a great size. $17.10. And I don't know how long that took to sell. I don't remember how long that's been listed. Do I have that written down? I just don't know. How do you keep orders straight when you bulk print? I'm looking at the screen right now, and it's got the person's name next to the order, and then the shipping label has their name on it. So I just match those things up. I need to get some good apples and apple butter. Nice. Very smoky from wildfire. Oh, you're getting all the still in wildfire season out there. Man, the West just so dry these days. Just it's like a matchstick out there. Still hot here. Won't cool down until later this week. Where's here? I forget. Where are you at? We actually had some like really warm weather last week, but we had really cool weather the week before. But we got up into the 90s like early last week, like low 90s, which is really hot for this area. We're here in the mountains in western North Carolina, so it's not like being in Charlotte or something like that where it gets into the 90s pretty regularly. We have like 1,500 feet of elevation higher than Charlotte, so we don't get that hot. Next up is an order for Dennis. I wish these were in order like they usually are. Dennis got a Free Fly shirt. Not sure why this took so long to sell. Maybe the market's changed on Free Fly. I don't find a ton of Free Fly, but a Free Fly, it's a polo, like a moisture wicking polo. Free Fly is a great brand to look for. They are usually bamboo blend shirts. So people who like Free Fly love Free Fly and come back for it. This one sat in my inventory for a long time. I think it's like 6 months. And finally sold for $15.50, which is a lot less. I mean, I figured this would get like, I don't know, 22, 23, 24 bucks, but it just sat all summer. But it's going out to North Charleston to Dennis. So maybe the market's changed on Free Fly. I don't know. My photos are good. I thought my price was competitive. Well, maybe I got it wrong. Dennis, thank you. $15.50 on this. Happy to see it go. Get out of my bins. California 102 here in Muggy. Yikes. That's hot. Mariana, what's up? How are you? All right. Next up, we still got a lot of orders. Buckle in. We're 30 minutes in already. I think I'm going in slow motion today. This order's for William. William got a pair of Wrangler jeans. These are going to Keens, Illinois. I didn't have as busy of a jeans weekend as I thought I would have, but I don't really pick up Wrangler jeans. Sometimes I'll pick up some vintage ones, and sometimes I'll pick up ones like these. These are Carpenter jeans, so they got the little, I don't know, the hammer loop thing on them. So I'll pick these up sometimes, but sometimes they end up sitting around. This is a big size too, 46 by 30, with that Carpenter style. They sold for $17.82. I paid $5 for them at a thrift store. Buyer paid shipping $8.95. I don't really pick these up, but I don't know. I broke my own rule on them. I'm like, it's a big size. It's Carpenter. I'll grab them. Best offer, $17.82. I put them on sale this weekend to lower the price to get rid of them. So it is what it is. Oops. And there's still profit there. It's just not a lot of it. I got 2 pairs of these too. And this is the first one to sell, and they've been sitting around since, I think I picked them up in May. Thanks, Marianne. Yeah, doing really well over here. Just really excited about the fall season. Both Kim and I, we just had smiles on our faces all weekend long. Just beautiful, dry, coolish weather, but warm in the middle of the day. It's just awesome. We love this time of year and spending time in the mountains. They always say if you're lucky enough to be in the mountains, you're lucky enough. I love that term. So we were just really grateful this weekend to just have awesome weather and spend some time with some friends. Saving for my son's room and board for the spring semester. Do I even want to know what the room and board for spring semester costs these days? I'm not sure I want to know, but you can share if you want to. What big store do you prefer most for good deals? I feel like the Savers around me is always really expensive. I don't have a Savers around me. I don't know that I've actually even ever been to a Savers. Maybe when I traveled at some point in time, I went to a Savers. So we don't have those. This area, if you're talking about thrift stores, it's really a Goodwill stronghold around here. There's mom and pops on top of that. There's really not many Salvation Armies in this area, and they're not very good. And I'm trying to think what else. There's a Mega Thrift in some parts of the state here, but those can be really expensive, hit or miss. It's a for-profit thrift. So yeah, the thrifts around here, it's pretty much, it's Goodwill dominated, really. What was your line? Beyond the brand. Best sale of the weekend was a FootJoy polo. The Beyond was a cool light blue with tiny polka dots and 3XL. There you go. Nice sale on that. Yeah, the FootJoys have slowed down, but if you can buy like the cream at the top of a brand, like a big size, like a 3XL with some nice tiny polka dots, then you can get some money. $6,750 for one semester. One semester of room and board. Whew, that hurts. You better sell some polo shirts, sister. Man, that's a lot of money. For real. For real, though. We got an order going out for Arturo on eBay. He is going to Miami, Florida. This feels like it's going to be going to a reshipper just based on the address with a suite number and all this stuff in Miami. I bet you this is going out internationally. So that's what people do is they'll ship these out from these shipping hubs. They'll order it domestically here on eBay, and then they'll ship it out to international customers. So that's probably what's happening on this one. I don't mind it. I have very few issues with these sorts of orders. But this one is going out to Arturo. What did Arturo get? Probably like Polo Ralph Lauren would be my guess. Yep, Polo Ralph Lauren. They usually get like big ponies and stuff like that. Ship them overseas. That's popular. But this one's just a Polo Ralph Lauren Performance, men's size medium. So this is one of those like nylon spandex wicking shirts. People really look out for this. This sold on a best offer, $57.60. And I guarantee you that's going internationally. It's going to get reshipped. If I Google mapped that address, I bet you it's really near the airport. Let's just do it for fun. I'm not going to tell you what the address is, but all right, where's the airport? It should be right. Directions to Miami Airport. It's not showing up on the map. Yep. Just down the street from the Miami Airport, and it's in like an industrial complex. So it's going to a place that will almost certainly reshipping it internationally out of the Miami Airport, probably in a big crate going overseas. No big deal. They paid me my money. That's all I care about. One semester room and board. Wheesh, that's so much. When I was in school, I would pay that much for, that would be like my whole semester wouldn't cost that much. I commuted to school in my undergrad. I couldn't afford like room and board like that. I was paying out of pocket. So that would be, I would get a whole semester of school for less than $6,750. That number hurts. I know everything's gone up in price, but boy, that's a lot. Debbie's got an order going out. Good luck paying for that. Lord. Debbie got a pair of Merrill Fly Strike shoes in size 8. Really nice trail running shoe here. Really nice color on that. Like nice orchid purple on this. These sold for $57.60. These are going to go USPS Ground Advantage. I have these boxes that I use for shoes. Are great. It's size 14 by 10 by 6, so it fits most new in box shoes. It'll also fit like used shoes too. So 14 by 10 by 6. Pay $1 a piece for these boxes from Staples.com. Sometimes they're like 92 cents a piece. Sometimes they're like $1.10. Just depends on the price fluctuates or whatever. But you only have to buy 25 when you're buying boxes from Staples.com, and they ship them for free, which is nice. So it's not like I have to buy like 100 of these boxes at once. 25 is a pretty good number. Yeesh. Thank you, Debbie. Get your thank you card in there. Just going to use some recycled paper that I have here for some void fill, just so the box doesn't bounce around a ton. The shipping label here is only going to be $6.44. It's going to McDonough, Georgia, here from Asheville, North Carolina. So it's not going far. $6.44, and this is at a 3-pound rate. If this was going to California instead, it would have cost probably more like $10. Better off going to a trade school than that much money for a 4-year. Yeah, I mean, there's different. Just kind of depends on what you want to do. It depends on what you want to do. All right, so this is going to Debbie. Nice pair of shoes here. These are great. Still got a lot more eBay orders, and we got some Mercari, and we got an Amazon to do. So stick around, hang out if you want. Next up is an order for Dan. What you get, Dan? Dan got a brand new with tags Eddie Bauer flannel. I actually found this at a thrift store in Florida back in May. I paid $5 for it and sold for $25.20 plus the buyer's paying $8.95 shipping on this. Going to Dan. Going to Illinois. They're getting some fall weather up in Illinois, I bet you. Dan's got himself a nice Eddie Bauer flannel coming his way. I do pick up some Eddie Bauer flannels, even used on occasion, if they're a really nice pattern and it's in season and it's a big size. This one is a size large, tall, by the way, which is a good size. I bought those boxes per your recommendation. Thanks, you're welcome. I like Staples for boxes. I buy a lot of boxes from Staples. They usually ship them in about 2 or 3 days, but from when I order them, they show up, which is good too. Next up is an order for Carrie. Carrie got a Brooks Brothers. Here's the other Brooks Brothers. This one sold for $18. Picked this one up because really nice modern pattern, right? Size 2XL on this. I don't think it has the golden fleece on the chest, but a pattern like this, Brooks Brothers, is going to sell so much better than just like one of those like plain kind of old school stripy ones. I wish I had one around here to show you like what I meant by that, but I think you can get what I mean. This is a nice modern like in style pattern right now. So this is going to sell light years faster than some of those like kind of old stale looking ones. So yeah, a lot of people are like asking me like, well, what are the tags I should look for? Well, these tags have been the same on Brooks Brothers for, I mean, I don't know, probably 20 years. The tags haven't changed. Maybe a slight difference in the font, but it's going to be that same square, white thing. But yeah, so it's hard to tell there. You're really looking at the shirt to make a decision, a pattern on it to see, is that a modern shirt that's going to sell really well? That's just something that comes with time to figure that stuff out. Carrie picked this one up for $18. Not a huge profit item. I paid $5 for it, but it's a good consistent seller. I've sold 76 Brooks Brothers shirts so far in 2024. So they sell. You just got to know the right ones to look for, and you got to price them right too. I typically price mine around $21 and accept offers. Welcome in, Maddie. What do we got? Pull Ralph Lauren. Oh, sorry, wrong one. Next one's going for Aaron. If these were in order, this would be so much smoother for me. Aaron got this LL Bean shirt. I don't typically pick these up unless I get them really cheap, but you can see it has like a really big, bold pattern on it. This took about a year to sell. But I thought with that big bold pattern, it would sell a little bit better. Put it on sale over the weekend for 10% off and then accepted a best offer, $13.77 on this. It's a short sleeve polyester cotton blend. I just thought with that pattern, it would sell a little quicker. I was wrong. So I paid $5, sold it for $13.77, but I'm putting a lot of this stuff that's sitting around for a while. I'm putting it on sale. I'm just trying to move it out of the store, It's not paying rent out there, and it's sitting out there in storage, so might as well get it gone, especially the short sleeve stuff where, the short sleeve stuff's going to slow down here pretty soon. So I kind of want to put it on sale and get rid of it before it really slows down. So I've had a lot of stuff, short sleeve stuff on sale in my store in August and now in September, because this is like a late season for that kind of stuff. So if it hasn't sold, I've had it all summer. It's time to put it on sale and get that thing moving. Are you tracking with a specific spreadsheet? Yes, Mariah. My friend Jason Hayes, who's also a reseller, has created a spreadsheet. You can find it linked in my profile, or go to chris@peak.com. The link's down below too. Just go where it says for more, chris@peak.com. And you'll scroll down. You'll find the reseller spreadsheet there. It's awesome. It's a really great tool, and I'm super happy with it. If you have any questions about the spreadsheet, let me know, but go check it out. Watch the YouTube videos he has about it so you can get a good idea of like what it has and what it doesn't have. he does a much better job explaining the spreadsheet than I do. I'll just say it's awesome. I've been using it for almost 2 years now, and I love it. All right, Tyler's got an order coming out the door. It's a great question though. Tyler. It allows me to give you like numbers like that, like how 76 Brooks Brothers shirts sold over the course of the year. Tyler got this. I'm almost sold out of these Bad Birdies. Almost sold out. This one here sold for $28.80. Retail on this is $78, brand new with tags. $28.80 on the best offer. Buyer paid $5.95 shipping. Thanks, Tyler. I think I have 3 more of those left. I had well over 100. No, was it well over? I think I had like 90 something Bad Birdies. 92 or 94 at the beginning. I bought them back in January, and I think there's 3 left after this. I had a lot of this pattern in this size. I think this pattern, I had like 20. That's why they're kind of taking a little longer to sell, because it's the same exact shirt, just selling over and over. So it's not like this one sat that long. I've already sold this a whole bunch of times. It's just, yeah, multi-quantity sometimes takes a little while when you have a lot of it. Next up is for Calagado. This is a brand that slowed down for me this year. Maybe it'll come back. Maybe I'm just not priced right, but this one actually sold pretty quickly. Picked this up at the beginning of August, retail arbitrage. Retail on this is $168. It sold for me for $55.89. I think I paid $22 for it. So this took about just over a month to sell. But I have some other stuff from RLX, brand new with tags. It's just been sitting around. Even like the used golf polos I've seen slow down too, and the price is kind of deflated a bit. I still pick it up, but just more discerning about it, I suppose. Thank you, Calogado. This is going to Pennsylvania. It's a vest, like a golf vest, like a soft shell. It's a nice piece. $168 piece he's getting for $55.89. It's a great deal. It's a great deal. Got a few more eBays, and we got some Mercari. We got an order for Terrence. This is one of my favorite pieces going out the door today. I really love the pattern on this shirt. So brand new with tags, Polo Ralph Lauren. Retail on this is $168 on this shirt. Look at how awesome that print is. So it's cotton. It's the size 3XL tall. This sold for $71.10. I paid $35 for this, sold for $71.10. I just picked this up like 2 weeks ago, so it's a really quick sale right there. I haven't paid the credit card bill yet for that. Thank you, Terrence. Really nice shirt. This is going down to Spring, Texas. Kind of ironic that that's going to spring when we've been talking a lot about fall today. Still selling a lot of short sleeve shirts, as you see. We shipped out a lot of short sleeve today. We still have like 3 more short sleeves going out the door too. So it tracks KPIs. Maybe we use a different. Key performance indicators. Yeah, I guess I wouldn't use the term KPI for this, but yes, you can track things like your ROI. You can track things like sales per day and stuff like that. Yeah. Hoffman got a sale going out the door. Polo Bear. I had 2 of these. I picked them both up 2 weeks ago, and now they've both sold. Retail on this is $69.50, and this shirt sold for $44 plus buyer paid $5.95 shipping. So it is a Polo Bear. He's fishing. I had 2 of these. This one's the size 2XL. I had another one that was like, I think it was a 4XB, and that sold last week sometime. So both of them gone. Polo Bear stuff sells fast. Actually, I think that Polo Bear one sold in less than 24 hours. The other one sold early last week. So that's an example. Like, people ask me all the time about retail arbitrage, like what percentage off, should you price items? And there's really no guideline for it. Different things, even from the same brand, are going to have like different percentages off. So that polo shirt that I just sold, its retail is 168. I sold it for 71. So that's what, like 60% off retail is what that one sold for. This one was retail $69 and it sold for 44. So what's that, like 25% off retail? Or let's break out the calculator for this one. 69. No, wait. So 69 minus 40. Oh my lord. 69 minus 44 is 25. So 25 divided by 69. So it's 36% off for this t-shirt, whereas the polo shirt was like 60 something percent off. So each item you have to sort of look at independently. They're going to have a market of its own, each item. Even those are both from the same brand, Polo Ralph Lauren too. So you have to look at each item individually and see what's the market price for this Polo Bear shirt, instead of thinking about like what's the MSRP and figuring out the percentage off. That doesn't really make sense. So I picked up this shirt for $20. If I was selling it for 60% off, I wouldn't made any profit on this if I paid $20. But because I knew that the market for this was better than 60% off, I knew I could probably sell it for. I listed it for 49 and sold it for 44. The other one also was listed for 49 and sold for 44. So you can't just go with like a percentage off retail. Each item is going to have its own like resale value that you're going to have to just take a look at, even from the same brand, from the same retail store, even too, both of those shirts. So yeah, you just got to look at it individually. I'm happy to answer questions about those, but you just really got to do research on each and every one of these items. Do I have to look up each and every item at this point? No, but I look up a lot. But you learn as you go, and you retain some of that information from previous purchases, both good and bad. Jane's got an order, and then you just learn, you get better at this thing. It's like a lot of people ask me, like, how do you become a full-time reseller and do the kind of numbers that you do? Like, how do you get there? You're like, well, it's going to take you some time. Like, you're not going to do it in your first couple months. It's kind of like if somebody asked me, like, how do you become a chef back when I worked in the restaurant business? They're like, well, you're going to start probably by working in the dish pit, and then you're going to work on the fry station, and then you'll probably move your way up to the grill or ovens or saute, right? And then you'll be a sous chef somewhere, and it takes time. So you got to learn all these different stations. So retail arbitrage is its own station that you'll have to learn, and it'll take some time, and experience is the best teacher. These videos and stuff are great. These lives are awesome. Obviously, that's why I wouldn't do them if I didn't think they're helpful. But this information is just, it's just information. Until you take that information and like go put it to work and apply it in your own practice, then you don't really learn until you go and do. The learning really happens, like it gets locked in, so to speak, that learning when you go apply it to your own actions. So I love that y'all are watching this, but now you got to go out and you got to learn. You got to try. You got to make some good buys, and you got to make some bad buys too. I sold today some stuff that were bad buys. You can't fear that kind of stuff. You got to be excited about the opportunity to learn. And the best way to learn is to fail or make mistakes. Levi's 512s right here, 36 by 30 corduroys, brand new with tags. He sold on a best offer. I had them on sale this weekend, $39.69. I paid on average. I bought a bunch of these. On average, I think my buy cost is like $14 average. So 14 into 39.69. And I've sold a fair amount of these already, and it's not even real fall season yet. We're just kind of getting there. And these have already been selling. I actually sold some of these back in July. So these are going to Jane. Your opinion on specializing your store. Some say separate stores, i.e. clothing versus toys versus various households. If you have any thoughts on that. Honestly, I don't even understand I'm sure those people who have different stores have good reasons for it. Just the way that eBay works, if you're talking about eBay, the way eBay works is people, by and large, are not shopping your store. Hey, Trisha. They're not shopping your store, right? They're searching in the search bar, either on their phone or on the desktop, right? They're searching for a specific item. They're looking for Levi's corduroys, and they put in their size, and they search. And they're looking at the results independent of who the seller is. They're just looking at the results from a whole bunch of different sellers, right? And deciding if that's the color they want, or is that the fit they want, whatever. So I don't understand, like, I'm not really sure I understand. Yay, not ignored. You're funny. I don't understand like why somebody would be like, well, I don't want toys to be in the same store as my corduroys, because people just aren't. They're not searching your store. They're searching eBay, right? So I don't understand like adding the complication of having like a separate store for toys. I just don't. I would need somebody to explain to me like why that would be helpful, because I don't get it. Maybe there's somebody in the chat who does that. I just don't understand why that would be helpful to have two different accounts to log into and keep track of and try to feed the beast. Because remember, eBay really likes activity. It likes you to be regularly listing items and regularly selling items. So now you got to like regularly list and regularly sell on two different accounts to like feed the beast. I don't know. It just seems unnecessarily complicated to me, but maybe somebody can explain it. I'm sure there's a good reason. Everybody does things a different way, and usually there's good reasons to why they do things. G7. But there is a lot of I think there's a lot of like witch magic that exists in like eBay world. Like a lot of people have these theories about eBay that is, yeah, it's turned into this like voodoo witch magic sort of thing. But anyway, that's another rabbit hole. Sold this brand new at Tags, Big Dogs. I don't buy a lot of this brand, but this is brand new at Tags. It's a big size 3XL. Big sizes are on brand for Big Dogs, by the way. Certain sizes, like you really need to get the big sizes for them to generally do well. I believe Big Dogs is one of those brands. It's new at Tags. It's got a nice print on it too, right? So this did take about 4 months to sell. Sold for a best offer $22 plus the buyer's paid for shipping on that one. The mail lady's here. She was early. Hey. Hey. Sorry. Thank you. It's the fill-in. She's about 2 hours early for a normal day, but on Mondays they usually don't come till like 4:30 or 5. So she's like 4 hours early. Sometimes they don't come till like 5:30 on Mondays. So it's all good. I got to go by the post office later anyway. So this is going out to Marty. Thank you, Marty. Big Dogs, $22. We hear your big dogs bark. No. I sell all kinds of different things. That's why I utilize store categories. Nice. Toys go into toys category. Clothing goes into clothing category. There you go. Yeah. I don't much understand why you want separate accounts, but I'm sure there's a good reason for it. It's over my head. Thank you, Marty. Next up, we got some Mercari. So first up, got a Polo Ralph Lauren shirt. This sold on Mercari for a best offer of $18.89. I paid $5 at a thrift store. This took about 2 months to sell. It's a men's size 16, 34, 35. That's going out to Chase. The good thing about Mercari is there are no seller fees on this. So the buyer pays the fees. So I get all of the $18.89. Thank you, Chase. Bread and butter item. Again, this year, Polo Ralph Lauren is my #1 best-selling brand. It has been all 6 years I've been in business. Next up is a Southern Tide. Here's a bad buy, brand new with tags, men's size, small. I paid like 20 bucks for it. It sold for 26, so I didn't make any profit. It's Mercari, so I made a couple dollars profit on that because there's no fees. But Southern Tide, cotton polo, brand new with tags. Not something I'll pick up anymore. This is old. I've had this for over a year, maybe a year and a half. This is going out to Juliana. Thank you, Juliana. Don't fear bad purchases, you learn. Now I don't even slow down at size small Southern Tide polos. I just don't even look at them anymore because I know I had this one sitting in my inventory for a while. Hey, Kristen from Germany, what's up? I'm going to throw these outside real quick. Thank you. When listing jeans and pants, how do you deal with the tag size, say 29 by 30, and the actual measured size 31 by 29? Would you build your title? So that would be a strange scenario, right? Where it's actually the waist is 2 inches wider. I don't really see that too often, but I'm going to list it with, in that case, if it's wider, I'm going to list it with the measured. I'm going to say 31 by 29. Just because it's 2 inches wider at the top. So that's probably how I'll list that one, but case by case. Either way, you decide what you're going to do, but you just want to make sure that you include the measurements in the description too. So if you want to list it as size 29 by 30, and then in the description, be really clear about what the actual measurements are, you could do that. You could also list it as 31 by 29, and then in the description, be clear that the tagged size is 29 by 30, but it actually measures like 31 by 29. So long as you're being thorough there, I think you're good. I think you're good. That's one of those questions where there's no right or wrong way. As long as you are being clear about both what the tag says and what the measurements are, you'll probably be fine. And then you'll go through all that energy, right? And then somebody's going to return a pair of pants that's a size 30 by 30 that measures 30 by 30 because they don't fit, right? But they won't return that one. So, you just do the best you can do and hope for the best. Next up is a pair of Jordans. This is a pair of Max Aura 2s. These sold on Mercari for a best offer of $59. So brand new without box condition on these. These are going out via UPS probably. Yeah, these are UPS. So I'm going to use one of these 14 by 10 by 6 boxes right here from staples.com. I pay about $1 a piece for these. The only shoes that don't typically fit in these boxes are like really big boots. Otherwise, they pretty much fit everything. You got it, Mariah. All right, these are going out to Megan. Thank you, Megan. Some Jordans. So I'll put these in the UPS pile. Speaking of big boots, sold a pair of Danner boots. Men's size 10, brand new in the box. They had some shelf wear, so I priced these towards the bottom of the market. And then I got an offer on Mercari for $81.75, which is I had them listed for $109. So this is, if these sold on Poshmark, it would be about the equivalent of a $100 offer, because Poshmark charges 20% in fees and Mercari charges none in fees. So $81.75 is about the same as me accepting 100 on eBay or Poshmark. So out the door, $81.75 to that buyer. These just took a couple of days to sell, and they gone. These probably aren't going to fit in one of these because they're a big pair of boots, but we'll see. Nope, they're going to fit perfectly. How about it? I spoke too soon. These are going to Ashley. Some boots going to Texas. These Danner boots are awesome, super high quality. Some recycled paper so that doesn't bounce around too much. That's going in the UPS pile. And Amazon order, one of them. Actually had 4 Amazon orders over the weekend, but 3 of them were FBA, so that means Amazon shipped those for me, so those are done. I just got one FBM order. It's this Columbia polo shirt. Buyer paid $38 and change for that, and then paid, what did they pay? $39.80 for that. And then they paid $9.41 for expedited shipping, which I find is strange. Like, they could have just had it shipped for free, but they paid $9.41 for expedited shipping. So maybe this person maybe laundry day is until Wednesday, so they need this shirt tomorrow because they don't have enough. I don't know. I don't know why somebody would need like a shirt in that kind of rush. It's interesting to me to pay $9.41 to get a shirt like a couple days sooner. I'm sure there's a good reason, but anyway, this is going out FedEx 2-day. Thank you, Angel. What is your laundering process for pre-owned items? I wash them if necessary. Most items don't need it. Are you doing only clothing? Yeah, mostly clothing and shoes, just like the rest of my business. I'll mix in some other stuff as I stumble across it, but I like to stay focused these days on clothing and shoes and just be opportunistic in other categories. I've been doing this for 6 years. I started in 2018, July, so 6 years. What did I miss? Hey, Jeff Saylor. All right, so that's it. So that's a wrap. Let's just check and see if there's any offers that came in while we were hanging out. Hope everybody enjoyed seeing what's selling. It was a pretty good weekend of sales. I think altogether we shipped 14 orders out on Saturday. So that means we just did 33. So plus those 14, that's 47 orders. So that's a really good weekend. I had a slow week last week, so I really needed a big, strong weekend. And I got that big, strong weekend. So I'm pretty happy about that. A wedding, yeah, it'd be weird to wear just like a Columbia polo shirt to a wedding on a Wednesday. Let's see if I got offers here. Poshmark action. Nothing. eBay. I swear I saw an eBay offer. I did. Yep. Pair of mountain khaki pants. They're listed for $17.10 because they have a flaw on them and they're on sale. The buyer offered $16.50, so they're asking for 60 cents off. Sure. Okay. That's an interesting offer. We'll take it. That's funny. It's going right down the street, about an hour and a half away to Highlands, North Carolina. Excuse me, which is a very, very rich town, city in Western North Carolina, like wildly rich. So we'll go ahead and I'll ship those out tomorrow. That's fine. I still got to wait for the buyer's payment. It's a crazy offer. It's funny. Do you get pickups or do you drive to drop shipments each carrier? USPS picks up every day, and I'll drop stuff off at UPS. I usually go to UPS like twice a week for FBM orders sometimes and for Mercari orders sometimes. Yeah, Highlands is really, really bougie. You get it. All right, y'all. Thanks. I appreciate you being here. If you want always these recordings, I do them every Monday. The recordings of these weekend shipping lives are available as recordings on YouTube and Facebook. These are live always on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube every Monday. I'll see you next Monday. And of course, we put out content through the week, reels and posts about stuff we're finding and stuff that's selling. So if you haven't hit that follow or subscribe button, love to have you on all the platforms. It's Chris at Peak everywhere. Thanks everyone for hanging out. Hope you have a great week of sales. Hope you find some really cool stuff, and hope you learned something. Maybe you learned something today, and that would be cool too. Thanks, y'all. Hey, Fresh Tracks.